What's up, YouTube? So, there's been a lot of bullshit going on lately. Pardon the language. Put like a little disclaimer or something up here. In case kids is about to watch my stuff. I really appreciate all the comments and everything about people like being inspired by my stories and like, because it kind of touches base on what I've been battling with lately. I've been battling a lot of just my own misery combined with like the misery that I see around me, and just like getting into those pessimistic beliefs as far as like battles with, trusting like my environment, trusting a higher power, to trusting like taking a chance on something, as far as like even being in a relationship, or just things at work. So this stuff is like bothering me, got real extra close. But or like being the one that it falls to take care of the people in my family that may or may not have anything, like my grandparents, my siblings. Because my parents aren't in the kind of place where they can actively do that themselves. So it's just a lot, I've been thinking about a lot, been feeling like a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit anxious. And I really want to touch on that and share kind of with y'all like my thoughts about even like feeling that way. So I talk to kids all the time about like having to be able to think of solutions. But I even struggle with on my own, like what happens when you run out of solutions? Like what then? And that's where you gotta pull out that like trust card. And for a lot of the kids I deal with, and how I grew up, trust is not something that comes easy, like point blank and period. Just being a human being, we're not trusting creatures, especially with each other. And it's hard for us to be united. Like our governments aren't even united. The good of all. It's kind of like we've been programmed to mistrust our environment too. At the same time, like always second guessing people's motives and never taking things at face value, which on some stances is good, but like on the other extreme level it can make you like really paranoid, to wonder like if you're ever going to be in that secure physical state. And it's kind of hard when you're not in the physical at peace to be within and at peace. And like my main goal is to just have peace in every situation. Like that is really what it's about for me. That way I can set the kind of example that I want to set for kids, for youth, for my own child, for my siblings, for my friends, for my partner, for just all the people that are affected by my actions. And that's kind of why I thought about calling this video the domino effect, but I knew I was going to ramble on about more than just that. I know that every action, every thought, every piece of energy that is your being affects other people. So like people that are greedy create like a domino effect of greed, because it's like if one person is greedy and you don't snatch up your piece, you're not going to have anything. So in order to battle greediness, we become greedy, which is like really dumb if you think about it, because we're adding to the problem instead of to the solution. So I'm in this inner battle of like what I want to do after through working at the nonprofit that I'm working at. I graduate in a couple of weeks. Um, Starting up in June is or July is up in the air for June. I'm gonna find out in June, and just kind of wondering what's gonna be next for me, and even not knowing is kind of unsettling. Like all the things that do go unknown, just like it's hard for people to let go. It's hard for me to let go. Forget even about people. Like it's hard for me to let go, and I know I'm not the only person feeling these emotions, thinking these thoughts. It's hard for me to let go of problems to the extent of like my sister's house got shot up. You know what I'm saying? And my other sister went over there, and I had to stay here. And I got two of my little sisters, and I can't leave because if something happens to me, there's nobody left to take care of my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Beyond one of them, and they haven't even had the chance to, have their freedom and stuff. Not only that, it's like so easy to pick up the revenge card and not trust the police to do their job. And like it does really feel like that sometimes. It really does feel like at some points like you can't trust the police because they're not like showing you exactly what's becoming of the situation. Like people aren't communicating what actually like is going into the solution to those problems. Like it would be so much easier to trust them if we knew what was happening to them. For instance, like I had a period where, and I keep it real, I keep it gutter. I had a period a couple years ago in November where, I went to this straight bar, and, I came with my friend who just so happened to be a dude, and he left. He was ready to go, and he was like, you coming or whatever? And I was like, nah, I'm around the corner from the crib, I'm gonna just stay or whatever. I had that bad instinct too, but I stayed anyway. And long story simple, all the shit that you hear about happening to people who's, stay in bars or whatever, somebody slips on my drink, and, it was out of my hands from there. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what happened to him still makes me like second guess what's going on like in the police force, and did they, prosecute him? Did anything happen to him? I know something happened for a fact to the bar that was around the corner because it shut down. Like, so is that what it is? Like, is that the establishment? And what kind of consequence is just the bar shutting down? But if I'm in the dark about it, my main reaction is going to be to mistrust the police, mistrust like what's really, going on. And that's another goal that I have. I don't want to mistrust my environment. I lived like that, lived in that kind of fear, that kind of misery, that kind of revengeful mindset for so long that it's a battle for me. I know that there's badness in the community. I know that there's negativity in the community. But do you think I want to join that party? No. And that's definitely an inner struggle. That's an inner struggle that society is not built upon counteracting. It would be so much simpler if there wasn't a lot of shit going on, pardon the language, behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we see what's really going on? I mean, what's so top secret about all this government stuff? You know what I'm saying? Put it on the table. And then you won't have these people right here and all the other people that's going on and in office and are doing shady stuff are going to have less like leeway room to do shady stuff. Like, and there's a lot of talking about like fixing it. Talking is one level. what's the next level? Like, I was in a conversation today with my coworkers. Like, we see a lot of people who have like really really strong beliefs, and if one person did, or every person did exactly what they felt the strongest about, and like put all their energy into bringing a solution to the table for that particular cause, like, do you know how much positivity we could bring to the world? Like, that's all war is conflict handled in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't people like talking about solutions, talking about implementing solutions. That's one person wanting to do their own thing versus another person wanting to do their own thing. They ain't talking, they ain't communicating, they ain't trying to figure out shit. You know what I mean? They just like, whatever, let's bang, pretty much. You know what I mean? And then they gon' but it's okay for them to be like that, because that's protecting our country. At the same time, on a small scale, you got kids in school that have that mentality because they see it on TV. They see that that's what's going on. That's their mindset. That's their mind frame. That's the collective human mind frame. It matters, you know what I'm saying? Because we're all connected. So first instinct for me, my sister's house got shut up. I'm ready to bang. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be me that flips that around though. I know trying to find that person and trying to get revenge on that person is not going to fix it. We've seen many wars where the communities have been completely destroyed. Did that fix the problem? No, because the second war happened. Did that fix the problem? No, because we're right in the midst of like a World War III. For what? For what? A bunch of miscommunication, a bunch of shit going on behind the scenes, and not all Americans think the same. Just like not all of whoever the fuck else is involved, because I don't know, because I don't watch TV, because I refuse to pollute my mind with dumb shit that didn't come from the horse's mouth, you know what I'm saying? So, from whatever else is going on, like, why don't y'all just talk? Like, there can't be so much hate to where you can't talk to every American if you are from a different place. You know what I'm saying? Not every American is the same. Not every American has the same values or sense of society, or even sense of status. Like, I was also in another interesting conversation today about like how I view people of status. I was like, I could have a conversation with the president, and to me, that's just a regular person. He had a life. He had hard times like I did. I haven't read like his biographies and all of that. And I probably won't, but because I'm pretty much anti like celebrity, anti idolizing folks. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of people do great things. My grandmother did great things, but is she on TV? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put people on like an even scale. I don't care if you are executive director of an organization. You ain't no better than the man that you have working for you doing, the nitty gritty work. I feel like I've said that before. That might just been deja vu, but maybe I've said that before. But that's how strongly I believe in it. I'm repeating myself in my videos, so you know it's real. And I can like picture what kind of impact that I can make on the world. But if I'm the only person that I know about is moving alone, and I'm gonna only feel like I'm the only person, that's moving alone, I know that's not true, but I need to see more and be reached out to by more people that have those same viewpoints and are being actively involved in the community to make that change. And like, that is originally what my YouTube channel was for. It's for self-expression. It was for me to get a positive sense of the world at large. There's a lot of misunderstanding going on that could be solved with not even minimal, with like thorough communication. You know, you don't know what somebody's going to do. Talk to them about it. You still having a problem with, your partner or whatever. Like, I don't know what's going on up there. Sorry, it's making a weird noise. You don't know what's going on with your partner, and this closeness that they're having with somebody new all of a sudden, and you're a little bit skeptical of that just because of past shit. And that means that there's a fly in my head. About to be dead fly, boy. Tell me what. But yeah, just talking about it, just communicating. And I feel like the structure of Native American government, where everybody had a voice, it will be like a lot of talking or whatever. It would also be a lot of involvement and a lot of I'm trying to kill a bug and do a video at the same time. It will be a lot of talking, it will be a lot of involvement, but that's what a community is. A community is a lot of involvement. So your community is 400,000 people. That's the largest community. Human beings as a species is populated to the max. You know what I'm saying? And if we're not having these conversations, there's people who are starving. There's people who are facing like critical conditions, right now, that nobody's giving two shits of thought to, because they're worried about, oh my gosh, gas is $5. Get a bike. You can't pedal all day. You better condition your body to do that. We're built to survive. All these luxuries and stuff, we're not always here. We are programmed to think that we need them. We really don't. We used to survive without them. Our ancestors survived without them. Yes, we've had them, but guess what? They're being used as a mechanism to control our quality of life. And that's not fair. Like for me, I bet you I don't get my license. I bet you I'm not concerned about getting no car, and I bet you I don't care about who don't think it's the hit thing, or don't think that I am as high up or as important as some of these other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are all equally important in the Great Spirit's eyes. So those are the eyes that I see people with. Yeah, he has status. My question is not like, oh my gosh, this is the mayor, oh my gosh, this is the president, blah blah blah. My question is, who is this person as an individual behind the scenes, behind that title, in his eyes, in his motivations, in her motivations? Who is that person? And then bottom line, can I trust that person or not? And I felt like it would be a great opportunity, yes, to get to meet them and have conversations. But I met the man. Have I had lengthy conversations with him? No, I've had more in-depth conversations about the community and about making the changes that needed to take place with the people that aren't programmed to have responses and readiness and answers already, there. But like real live room for like creativity and stuff. And that would be great if our leaders had the opportunity to not be so programmed, to be used to being on, TV, used to being on, wherever, just being themselves, just keeping it real. Like, why is shit so scripted? And I even struggle with that, like, at my job. Like, why is this so scripted? And why do you want me to be a certain way? And shield these sponsor people from what I really got to say. Oh, that's too real for them. Fuck, that's too real for them. This is reality. Get with it. Stop hiding from it. Stop drinking it away. Stop smoking it away. It's not gonna go away. Period. Point blank. Grow some balls. Grab your courage and roll with it. You know? It all happens for the reason. The reason that you have to grow from it, you know? You picked this life. You picked your battles. You did it. You know? If you're not a spiritual person, you won't have a hard ass time. And I don't have the answer for how you gonna get through all that. You gonna be miserable. And you gonna be searching for them other people in the external conditions that is gonna make you happy. And that's what builds greedy people. There is no external conditions that can really make you happy unless you have the motivation to change them. And like, I work my job that I work not for the pay. I do it for the things that I believe in. And I said that a long time ago. And like, when I tell other people, you know, sign up for where I work, they're like, well, that's not a lot of money. I was like, that's not enough money. And I'm like, I know 25 people right now that are living off what I make. You know what I mean? Like, it's doable. It's where you put your priorities. It's what you think is important. You know, it's what you think is worth it. And to me, humanity, the community, my girl, this job, things that are worth it is going to propel me to do what I need to do. And the only thing I'm struggling with is how. But how will work itself out in the long run. You know, this very video could be a source to have. I don't know. Because I don't know who's going to see it. And I don't know what they're going to do with the message that's in it. You know? Unless it's communicated to me. And, you know, just today God communicated to me that my words, you know, touch somebody. My words make people think. You know, that's awesome, because I read and I write and I read what other people write, and I have conversations where I want to know what people are thinking and want to help them implement the beliefs into a society that our very way of life is slowly crumbling because of all this power and all this greed is going on. And I don't believe that necessarily the people who would do good with the resources they have in a monetary way are actually going to use those for those things. You know, they're going to use to try to control. I would be cool with going ahead and trading stuff. Again, like, that's how, like, far back that I would, you know, go to where paper didn't really exist, like the money and stuff. Or doing, you know, a job for somebody, or, you know, getting a meal or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, those things. Being able to control my own status versus on how hard I'm willing to work and how much I'm willing to get my hands dirty. If the mayor is going to come there for a photo op, you know, to plant a garden or whatever, why are you not going to stay for the whole thing? Why is this like something that you just say you did? It featured you. You did not do this. You didn't put any muscle, any sweat, any backbone into that. And if you did, you just signed a paper and gave me some money and was like, there you go. What did that do? The supplies was donated. My organization helped bring the tools in it. You know what I mean? Like, what did that do? What did you really do? Came and took a picture and took credit for it in your campaign? Who's that? That's fake. That's that fake shit I'm talking about. You know? But anyways, I probably won't even be able to upload this video because it's going to be like, too long. I'm talking for like 30 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling on and venting. And if I can even save this video or upload it to YouTube, I will do that. And you guys stay up. If you got comments, if you got questions, if you got topics, hit me up. You know, I'm not going to be able to be on here every single day and making a video or every week or whatever, because I'm busy trying to implement a solution to a cause that I believe in, which is education and, somebody being a role model to these kids in my community that, doesn't have a lot of that going around. And being somebody that they can trust and look up to and all of that, and won't steer them wrong. And let go and trust that somebody else is going to be the person that they can look up to too. Because I can't be that one person for everybody. I need other people around me to step up. And I do appreciate all the people that I see out here, doing positive things. Because I'm not the only one, and by far I'm not trying to say that I'm the only one. And I'm not saying that I don't do negative stuff either. I'm a person, I'm a human being. I do both negative stuff and positive stuff. It just depends on, what's going on in the situation in that heat of the moment. If I can stop myself and, bring that control into play. But yeah, big ups to all the people that are the backbone and movers and shakers and not just the face of whatever is happening. Big ups to y'all. Alright, well, y'all take it easy. And I'm done venting. And I'll see y'all soon.